going on, everyone? Lolit here. Today, we're going to be talking about the Yotta savings account. We'll talk about what it is, answer some FAQs, have some actual screen time to get some insight into the app itself, and finally, I'll give my perspective through a pros and cons methodology. But with that, let's get straight into it. Yotta is a prize-linked savings account, which essentially is a savings account with the feature of being able to win prizes. And so I'll put the prizes up on screen as well as the odds. Doing the math, Yotta gives you a base rate of 0.2% if you win nothing. If you win absolutely nothing, you will get at least 0.2% APY. Now, factoring all the prizes, the probabilities, you'll get around 1.8 to 2% APY. Yotta Savings is relatively new, so here's some FAQs, and feel free to pause to read the details, but I'll zoom through these and then we'll go on to the demo. Is Yotta free to use? Yeah, it's 100% free, no fees, no minimum, no surprises. Do I earn interest on my deposits? Here's some extra details surrounding this question. How often can I withdraw? You can make up to 6 withdrawals per month, and they take around 1 to 3 business days to process back to your connected account. So 6 withdrawals is pretty common when it comes to a savings account, so this makes sense. Being relatively new, security is always a concern. And so 3 questions. Is my money safe? Where are my funds held? What security measures do you have? So there are some details here, but most importantly, Evolve Bank and Trust is where the funds are held. And so from an FDIC insurance standpoint, there's more safety and coverage from that perspective versus pure funds just being with Yotta, this new name entity. Are there limits on deposits and withdrawals? Yes, to prevent fraud and money laundering, we have a 10K daily limit as well as a 40K monthly limit based on the calendar month, and that's for both deposits and withdrawals. Let's take a look at the app. So here we are at the home screen, and I got $25.10 here. I have 126 tickets for this week's weekly lottery pickings, and at the top right it says level up. So this is a way to get even more tickets through referrals to the Yotta app itself, and so do check that out, and do check out my link below if you are interested in joining. Supremely appreciate it if you use it. And so there's other ways to get more tickets. So if you press deposit, it doesn't say it over here, but essentially you get 1 ticket for every $25 you deposit into the Yotta account. And you can get 100 tickets if you press it again. It takes you back to the referral screen. Now, going down. So this week's picks, basically every single night at 9 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, aka like New York time, you have a number that's released. And so on Monday it was 17, on Tuesday it was 22, and they'll release numbers until Sunday where the Yotta ball comes out. And the Yotta ball is basically like in America we have the lottery, like the Powerball. So it's basically that special number which can take prizes to the next level. So jackpot is 10 million, and here it's going to come up in the next 53 minutes. So looking forward to what the third number would be. And so how much can I win? So when you press it, it comes to these week prizes. And so you have basically these combinations. If you get all the numbers and the Yotta ball, that's 10 million. And you'll get that after-tax money is what they'll give you, around 5 million change. And then the 6 numbers over here, you get a Tesla. If you don't want it, then you can actually go for actually getting that in cash, which is better from a tax perspective. Gift tax perspective, do look into that if you're interested. And if you look into all of these over here, basically these are the combinations to get a certain dollar amount. So coming over here, these are my top picks. So top picks is essentially saying that, hey, these are the tickets with the numbers that have been picked so far, and these concepts of match 3 and match Yotta, I'll put those rules up on the actual screen itself. It takes a second, and it was a bit confusing, but it makes sense when you read into it a couple times. So this is this tab. You can go to view last week's results. It basically says, hey, I won 10. There's this concept of a luck index. It says 54. It's out of 100. And so I'm a part of Stephan's mentorship group, and what I got to know is the week where he won $260 something, his luck index was 100. So basically, the more you win, the luck index is higher. The more you lose, basically your luck index is just not that. You're just not that lucky. So this is the screen. I'll go back. So in the second screen over here, you have account summary, my savings bonus, nothing as of yet. This is basically the 0.2% that they give you in terms of that savings bonus. It's vague, but it's also because maybe they could change this number in the future. Prizes, I've won 10 cents so far. Here's my history, 10 cents, and I've posited 25. Going to the third tab, you have over here all the winners, essentially, of who's winning what. And you can have an anonymous, be anonymous, aka not name yourself, and you can also name yourself. So you have friends, I'm a friend with myself, I guess, and my luck index. I was a bit luckier last week, but I guess from the dates, it changes day to day depending on how many tickets and that corresponding actual number you get. So coming here, one of the fun kind of tidbits I like to share is if you see 300, 300, and then over here 300, 300, and 300, 300 times 5 is $1,500, which is basically a part of that prize amount, or one of the prizes as well. So 1,500 divided by 5 is 300, aka that was split 5 different ways. So if you look at 166 and do the math, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 times 166, basically it's $1,000. And so that was split between 6 different people. And it goes on, feel free to check it out. Settings. I won't go over this, but basically just more generic settings, and if you are concerned with your actual name, you can actually change the settings right over here. Show my name to everyone, show luck index to friends, etc. So that's that, but we'll stop it here and get back to the video. So what's my take on Yotta? I'll start off with the pros and then I'll go into the cons. So first, in terms of pros, I do think that it's a great product for folks that are bad at saving or new to saving. So if you're bad at saving, basically, I think that the gamified system makes you want to keep your money in the actual account for future tickets every single week. So what I mean is this. If you deposit $25 into Yotta today, you'll get a ticket, yes, for this week's sweepstakes/lottery. But if you don't touch that $25 and just keep it in the account, you still get a ticket for every $25 you have in the account every single week. So every single week, you're getting that many more tickets per se by just putting more money into the account. Or if you just leave just $25 in there for a whole year, you would have gotten 52 tickets, unless of course Yotta changes the rules, etc. So if you're new to saving, on the other hand, now you have a place where you're getting some base rate of APY, in this case 0.2%, but accounting for all the math and probabilities, you can get up to 1.8 to 2% APY. So if you're new to saving and you don't have your money with Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, etc., basically over there you're getting basically 0%. Here you're getting something, and if you're new to saving, at least you're even more inclined to maybe figure out more about not just saving accounts, but finance in general. And on both sides, whether you're bad at saving, new to saving, or a current saver, I think that the system itself prevents unnecessary spending, or at least limits reckless spending, where this money's kind of in Yotta, it takes a few days to come in and get out, and being a savings account, 6 withdrawals a month, it's not very like a checking account where you can just keep withdrawing, depositing as you like. So there's a little more commitment in this case, which I think is good for financial discipline for maybe folks that need it, want to maintain it, or just don't know about it. Next, you have affiliate links/referral links. So similar to how Robinhood brought a lot of millennials into the stock market, where you get a stock and I get a stock if you use my referral link, or for example with Webull, check out the link in the description below and get 2 free stocks. Like this, Yotta, you get 100 tickets, I get 100 tickets. I think that just folks getting into whether it's saving as a discipline or finance as a discipline in general, I think that having these links/kind of win-win scenarios only help kind of spread the knowledge for the greater good. Finally, I have something known as the intangibles. These intangibles, I have 2 items on this list, are something like this. One is the Yotta ecosystem. There's no announcement today, there's nothing official, and Yotta is relatively new. But what I'm thinking is, with this whole lottery ticket concept and the Yotta saving side, there could be maybe a Yotta checking side in the future, and maybe some multiplier kind of bonus of how many tickets you can get per week if you have both products, and maybe if they have more, there could be even more. And second, I'm a huge fan, following them since the beginning of Ask Sebby and Stephan, and they both have invested into the company, and so that's something intangible where I'm a fan of their YouTube channels and them as people. And that's something that obviously has nothing related to the product, but I do trust their judgment and all the information I've learned throughout the years. And so for them to be investing into this, it's something that makes me feel even more assured. Shout out to the channel Mandy Roams. You'll see that she has a one-on-one with the actual CEO, Adam of Yotta Bank, and they have a back and forth of some FAQs and otherwise, so do check it out. Description and the link below. Coming to the cons. First on the list, you have not a big bank. Now, it's not about the security aspect or kind of the interest rate perspective as we went over, but not being a big bank, it means more that there are other features and benefits that exist with being a big bank or being a part of that bank with an ecosystem, such as an example of the following. If you have Bank of America, you have Bank of America's preferred rewards program. So with that, with a certain amount of cash, or rather money/investments with Bank of America/Merrill Edge, what happens is you get preferred rates/better rates on auto loans, mortgages, refinances, as well as cash back just in general credit card spend. So there are other features and advantages of being with a big bank versus having all your savings with Yotta, where basically maybe you can make up more money or make more money off your investments being with a big bank versus just not having that money in Yotta. Next, I want to call out the actual maximum in terms of deposit and withdrawals. If you have a 10K maximum per day on deposit withdrawals and $40,000 monthly, it sounds like it should be more than enough, but it depends also what this savings account purpose is. So if you're an actual real estate investor, let's say I see a beautiful deal, short sale or a foreclosure, etc., and I need to pull out, let's say, 50 grand. This is going to be an issue. At this time, I don't see any wire capabilities where I can wire funds in and out. I'm sure it's possible, and I'm sure that they're creating this as we speak, but this is one of my kind of cons, I would like to say. And further, if something really unfortunate happens and you need more than $40,000 a month, or for any other reason you need more than this amount, it could be an issue just overall, and that's why it's a con on this list. Last on this list is something I noted as a con, but as a matter of fact, it won't be the case, but I'll still talk on it here. So this con was something I coined as long-term uncertainty, where if banks are basically giving close to 0% in terms of saving rates, or if you look at your Ally/Discover giving around that 0.6 to 0.8 region, and you have Yotta giving you 0.2%, but then going all the way up to 1.8 to 2% today based on prizes/prize winnings. In the future, let's say things go back to around a year plus ago when, for example, Marcus by Goldman Sachs was closer to that 2.25, 2.5% in terms of APY on your interest in their savings account. Well, what happens then, right? So it was a con initially before I got to know, but I did get to know that Yotta will be, in the future, as they go along, try to remain competitive with the overall industry and the market in general. So if interest rates go back to 2.5% like they were, Yotta will be there, and who knows, maybe they could increase that base rate from 0.2, let's say to 0.4, 0.5, maybe the prices stay the same, etc., etc. This is the end. If you've come here, no one gets here, so thank you. That money in the beginning was totally fake. It was prop money. I would never burn real money. That's the truth. Okay. Like, share, subscribe. You know how it is. See you very soon. Okay, yeah.